Welcome to King Lizzard on Xbox One with Forza Motorsport 6 PvP or multiplayer race action. So this is the Bathurst Panorama circuit, and this is the Bathurst variant of that circuit. This is a B-class race, and I'm driving a B600 tune that I've put together for the Fast and Furious version of the S2000. Really nice car, this S2000. Even out of the box it's a nice car, but with this tune on, just pushes it that little bit more to the edge in the B class. So far I'm up into third place. Field's quite reasonably close together at the moment. There's not too many gaps forming. There's a bit of a pack forming at the rear there that's going to get dropped off soon, I'm pretty sure. So coming up into the first of these nasty tight corners. This particular section of the Mount Panorama track is very technical, and it's the place where a lot of people make mistakes. Obviously either side of this particular technical section there is very fast areas, so you do want a car that's got good opening speed. However, you also want something that handles pretty well as well for this particular section. So this area here with these sand traps, quite common for people to come off hit just like that guy did there. So that's me into second place. Really nasty technical section here on this sort of undulating S there. Oh, the guy that was in first place just clipped the barrier, allows me to sneak past into first. Really tight corner coming up. Need to watch this tyre wall on this really sharp left-hander. Oh, nasty accident there on that corner. That took 3 of the cars out there. That leaves me off in first place, get myself a nice little lead. So most of the guys in this race are racing manual. There are, as usual, there are actually 8 people in this race, human opponents, and out of the 8, 6 are manual drivers, and there's myself and the chap in the BMW that are driving automatic vehicles. And obviously, as I've said to you before, if you've watched my videos, I do set up my tunes, my automatic tunes, to get me a bit of an edge on the manual competition. So I do try to get some very close ratio gears in there, as well as some pretty quick off the grid movement from the car. So I have to kind of tune into the car what I can't do manually with the car. Unfortunately these days my brain won't let me change gear very easily. I tend to screw things up, so I have to rely on the manual. I just find it easier to play the game manual, it's less hassle. So when I eventually get myself an Xbox One Elite controller, then maybe I'll jump back into gearing mode, but for now I'm staying off of gearing mode because it's just difficult for my brain to do these days. Plus I find the old Xbox One controller, the very first ones, the RBLBs, just aren't reliable. And I can't stand changing gears on, the A and the X button and stuff. It just doesn't mould well with me. So halfway through this second lap at this point, or coming up to halfway, got a big lead on the competition there. Big lead. But this car is just, it's very tight handling on these sections. Quite misleading from its speed ratio that it reports in the statistics, but it is actually quite a quick car. Obviously it's quite small, so it's reasonably lighter than most cars that it's racing against in this particular race. And it really was a quite pleasant surprise, this car. Obviously it would have been a bit of a nicer race if everyone hadn't crashed out in that first corner, but I'm not making any mistakes here at the moment, so I'm able to keep myself quite a nice lead. Still pushing the car as hard as I can. I don't ever back off on multiplayer. The only time I do is if my car's, crippled or something like that. I've got no choice but to back off. But whilst my car's drivable, I'm pushing this as hard as I can to get me around the circuit, because there's nothing stopping these manual guys catching up to me if they get it right. Obviously the first free car was given away the other day, an Infinity concept car, looked quite nice. I couldn't actually download it as yet. It actually comes up as DLC and it won't let me download it at all. A friend of mine said it did that to him as well, and he just had to wait until it kind of resolved itself. So I'm still waiting to download that Infinity concept. Once I get it, I'll tune it, race it, and I'll stick it on the channel as well. There's a lot of other cars that just come out in the most recent car pack, or the very first after release car pack, if you like. So we've got some older type race vehicles in there, quite cool. Got a Volvo in there, really old Volvo in there. It's quite interesting. I haven't driven that yet, so I'm looking forward to having a poke around with that and tune it. As well as some other quite interesting cars. A nice Toyota LMP type car in there as well. But the majority of those cars in the new car pack are new cars to Forza in general, which is nice, because obviously we're getting to see some new car content. A lot of the time we tend to get car packs that are cars from previous games and stuff, where this newest car pack is actually fresh content, so it's quite nice to see that. So well into my third lap here, got a mile ahead of these guys. This tune's really paid off, this B600 tune. If you're into or you like what you see in the video and you want the tune, you can find it under me, the creator, which is as in King Lizzard's Game Lounge, so KING space LIZZARD, all lowercase, and you'll find this Fast and Furious S2000 tune. Really, really nice tune, and served me well on this occasion, and also I've raced it since on a number of other circuits with first places as well. So I've yet to lose in this car actually, or come lower than first. Oh, really lost it there. I was just pushing it that bit too much into that corner. As I said, I really do, keep the pressure on myself the whole way around the circuit until the race is over. So made a little bit of error there. I think I caught the ribbon as I came around the corner and accelerated on it, and that's why I kind of kicked out of it. Lost a bit of traction there, plus also I've got simulation on, so maybe my tyres are just getting that little bit less reliable at this point as well. Into this massive straight. This car you can just flat it. Normally you do have to slow down for this particular corner. This car you can just breeze on straight through, you don't have to worry about sliding. In we go, full speed ahead, and slow down for this real nasty right-hander here, and I screw this up a tree. Again, pushing the car a little bit too hard, managed to get myself on the track. Fortunately I've got as big enough as lead as I can get, and no one's caught me up, so got away with a couple of nasty errors there in my last lap, but this is a first place in my introductory race for my S2000 Fast and Furious tune. Well, thanks for watching. Please be kind enough to rate. If you're not a subscriber, it'd be fantastic if you click that sub button. Take care and keep watching.